how did I create my first $100,000 a year in business? My first $100,000 a year, I mean, that was 5 years ago. We actually launched the company when I was a solopreneur in September 2017. I remember scaling that company to $10,000 a month by December 23rd, at which point I got a cease and desist from the Yellow Pages, basically saying that if I do not stop what I'm doing, because I launched a digital marketing company and I was a President's Club winner with them before launching my company, they're like, I'm gonna sue you. So of course what I do there is I stop what I'm doing, I relaunch a new LLC and I start over. And in January, which was like a whole crazy thing because I had a new apartment, I have 2 kids, I have bills, and now I have 0 income because I had to drop those clients. So anyway, long story short, I had to start over in January of 2018. And in January of 2018, when I started again, I scaled it to $12,000 a month in 60 days with, at the time, was a digital marketing company. And man, I freaking hated it. And I realized I just enjoyed selling stuff, right? Which I may do this for another video, but that ended up birthing into the sales agency within that year. The first year I did $100,000 in revenue was 2018, which I actually did $250,000 in revenue my very first year. It was all organic, which is what I want to share with you right now. So the way I did that is, first thing I had to have was a skill. All right, now this might feel elementary, but the first thing you want to have if you're going to build anything is something to build off of. Now, whether you're the person that is buying a franchise to start a business, so you have all of the assets there to build something around because it's already built, so you're basically just building on top of the structure, or you buy a company, at which point in time you are basically either an investor in that company pulling out money every month, or you're going to continue to value add and increase the valuation of that company, or you start your own company, which in my opinion is the ballsiest thing to do and the easiest thing to do because all you need is a skill. And for me, I knew that I was good at sales. So when I first started, I was like, look, I don't understand much other than how to sell things. So I'll just do what I was selling at the Yellow Pages, which was digital marketing. And I found out that they were outsourcing their work. And I was like, I could probably find somebody to service my clients and all I got to do is sell it. So that's what I did. It was easy to scale that until I realized my main thing was sales. So in the first year, as I'm creating this YouTube content, right, showing people how I'm selling these deals, which you can go back and look all the way back to like 2017 on this channel, that's how long we've had it. I was showing people how to sell deals or how I was selling these deals, and I realized, okay, so my skill is sales, so let me just go sell deals for other agencies and then I'll charge them for that. And that's what I did. And I did that all the way through 2018, had a product where basically companies came in and I sold their deals for them. So that was back in 2018, ended up selling $250,000 worth of that product. And all I had to do was go into Facebook groups, and when people had questions about sales, which is a very hard topic for so many people, especially business owners, because most people don't go into business because they enjoy sales, they go into business because they want to own something that produces them an income. And so for me, it was easy to go in there. People had questions about sales. I would either leave a very long, detailed explanation on how to solve that specific problem that was longer than everybody else's and more in-depth than everyone else's because I just knew the topic inside and out. And it was either that or I would leave a video that I put in like, straight up and down format, not landscape, but like vertical. And I would leave that video in the comments. And the reason why I would do this is because the feedback I was leaving was so dense that people would see it and they would heart it. Okay, do a little reaction on Facebook in the Facebook group. And the way those algorithms work is it pushes the post back up to the top of the Facebook group when somebody engages with that post. So before you knew it, because I was doing this for like 2 hours a day, is that my comments were getting the most attention on people's posts and it kept pushing the posts up. So people kept DMing me and they're like, hey man, can you do sales for me? Do you train on sales? Do you hire salespeople? And they kept asking me these questions, which then became our services within the sales agency, which obviously now at this point in time, I invest in businesses and I invest in different things and we grow these other companies. But at the time, that's what the sales agency became. And we serviced clients, we sold deals for them, we hired them sales reps, we trained sales reps, which that's what the sales agency does now. I let the consumer tell me what they needed. And I was able to know if I could service that, I would charge them a premium in order to do so. By, I believe it was September of 2018, I was doing, I believe, $42,000 a month, all from just this strategy of going into Facebook groups. I would also go in and friend every single person that responded to that post, as well as the person that created the post, but I would not DM them, okay? I would post stuff on my own Facebook wall that was related to this category of skill, which was sales. So all these people that saw me comment on these specific posts in other Facebook groups, they would then start to go to my Facebook page and be like, who is this guy that's talking all this amazing sales content talk? And they would see like, okay, he's got a family, he's got client success, he's got other hobbies, he is successful based on where he is, you know, that was their perception. And he posts about sales and his content's strong, he's a cool person, like, I think I want to do business with that guy, and then they would reach out to me. So I would friend them, not to DM them, but because my post would show up on their Facebook feed. That's the algorithm. That's referred to as a profile funnel. All right, this is all I did in order to make $250,000 my first year in business, not understanding business at all, and just having a skill set. Figure out what is the skill set you have that can change somebody's situation if they got a problem. What is a skill set that you have to solve that problem? Obviously, over time, your skill set will begin to sharpen and evolve into solving bigger problems, at which point you could charge higher dollar amounts, whereas now, like, we make millions of dollars per year from some of our clients because we charge a performance model. And you can, you know, maybe one day get to the point where you're charging clients millions of dollars to hire you. And that's all you got to do, right? Know what skill set you have. Go in and charge $1,000 to $5,000 to do it. Just charge $1,000 to get your feet wet and get a couple clients, right? $1,000 one time just to get a testimonial, and then use that testimonial on like a landing page or somewhere where people can see it, and that becomes your launch pad. And then you can keep charging more and more as your success becomes more frequent and bigger. That's the game. So you don't need to know a bunch of things. You don't need to know taxes. You don't need to know all these other things about business. Eventually you will need to. Go into another Facebook group where people are having problems that your skill set solves. Look for posts where people are asking questions. Add that person and then everyone else that comments on that post. You go in and leave very long form, dense, actionable advice in a written form, or leave a video explaining it. And then people will continue to bump that post by liking it. People are gonna see it, and every time people comment on it that's new, do the same thing. Go and add them. Go and respond to their comment, and then post on your personal Facebook page 3 times per week. Do something about yourself, which is like so they could see who you are and your character, whether that's family, hobbies, whatever. Post something motivational because people just like to see that. And then post a belief shifting post, which is like something you've learned that you used to do that now you do differently based on what your skill helps you do. If you charge $2,000 to help them solve their problem, help them get out of pain, well, guess what? You only need to sell 4 of those a month to make $100,000 a year. So let me know down in the comments if you felt like this was helpful. That's really how simple it is, y'all, to start a business and make $100,000 a year. You know, my first year I did $250,000, and I was just having fun going to Facebook groups and commenting on stuff. So that's helpful. Let's keep the wins coming. I'll see you guys on the next one.